Sophie Cunningham, 15 points for Sophie Cunningham, 3 for 4 from the three-point line. Sophie Cunningham has been hot to trot. Sophie Cunningham has been on fire.
The Indiana Fever pulled it off, defeated the Las Vegas Aces. WNBA ignores and then makes foul calls like this on Sophie Cunningham. It was ridiculous.
Second, take a
Look at this. They gonna call a foul on that.
Sophie Cunningham just made a spectacular comeback after the WNBA attempted to silence her and punished her $500 for criticizing terrible officiating on TikTok. Without Caitlin Clark, she led the Indiana Fever to an 8,070 victory over the Las Vegas Aces despite missing 15 points.
She's cooking. Sophie Cunningham is absolutely cooking.
We have Caitlin, great, and we know how to play with her. If we don't have Caitlin, great, we know how to play without her. And I think that's just so important. It gives people confidence that when she is back, they know their role. Then when she's not, they have the confidence to come out there and make big plays for us.
Sophie Cunningham received a $500 fine. $500. What crime did she commit? Just pointing out the obvious, huh? The utility of WNBA officiating is comparable to that of a submarine's screen door. She used a song that literally said useless to drop a TikTok, and suddenly, the league is punishing her as if she had just committed a felony.
Indiana Fever guard Sophie Cunningham said the WNBA fined her $500 for a social media post that she sent criticizing the league's officiating. She put this on TikTok. We'll get to some of the response.
Sophie responded by setting the Aces on fire. They were cooked to perfection. Went for 5 from the field, made 3 of her for 3-pointers, had 0 turnovers, and dropped 15 points. Not at all. Zip. She is out here sinking. The defending Chambers with a flamethrower in her hand, while the WNBA is issuing her a parking ticket. It's not a resurgence, that is a declaration.
I don't really think it's something that we think about anymore. For us, it's taking one day at a time, stacking the days, and tonight I think we did a really good job, not only physically, but seriously mentally, because we have been struggling and inconsistent when they go on runs, and we stopped it, and then we went on our runs, and so.
Remember that this victory was achieved without Caitlin Clark. Yes, exactly. The media magnet for Indiana wasn't even on the ground. They nevertheless defeated the Las Vegas Aces, the winners from the previous season, by 10 points, 82-70 in the end. How did they accomplish this? Shooting 3-pointers, sweetie, beyond the arc, the Fever hit 47%. The Aces bricked their way down to 2 for 15. 13.3% is that much. I've witnessed better shooting during rec games in middle school.
We shot 47% from the three-point line. 47%. Salute, kept our turnovers to a minimum 14 turnovers, so an even turnover battle.
One of the main reasons that three-point percentage didn't collapse was Sophie. You could tell it was going in every time she let it go. You'd think she was in NBA Jam mode since she's been so hot recently. She's burning, in a literal sense.
She's way too hot right now. Stephanie White hates when players get hot. Let's pull her. Let's sit her on the bench. If they kept her in this game, she probably would have finished with 20 points.
Here's the worst part, though. She's cooking when Stephanie White takes her out of the game just as she's making her second 3 of the third quarter. Yes, she is benched since it seems that yanking a player who is too hot is the proper coaching technique. White seemed to say, well, Sophie's hitting every shot she takes, as he glanced toward the court. Before things go out of control, you'd better sit her down.
Proven to us. She's shooting? I am fairly confident that that ball is going to go in. She had a rough start to the season, but as of late, Sophie Cunningham? Yeah, she's deserving of that starting spot.
Natasha Howard was now at the forefront of that movement. She completely outplayed the Aces. That quarter alone saw her score 11 of her 18 points. She pulled down 13 rebounds, shot 6 for 9 overall, added 3 steals for fun, and, of course, had no turnovers, not one. No sloppy coast-to-coast hero play, no Scooby-Doo dribbling straight into double teams like it's a trap. only had basic basketball control. The kind that brings joyous tears to coaches. To be honest, Natasha simply added a new chapter to any player efficiency Bible that might exist.
Natasha Howard, salute to you. There's not too much I can say other than salute to you, Natasha Howard. Let's get right into the box score. Natasha Howard.
In addition, Indiana only handed up the ball 3 times throughout the second half, which speaks to their lack of turnovers. That's all, only 3. In contrast, Las Vegas scored 13 points off of frantic turnovers in the first half. The main idea of the second half was to stop giving them the ball for free. What a notion, huh? Keep the ball safe, score points, and prevent the opposing team from taking quick, easy breaks. Revolutionary materials.
7 points in the third quarter, folks. 6 for 9 from the field. Got to the free throw line. 13 rebounds, 3 steals for Natasha Howard. But most importantly, look at the amount of turnovers she had. 0 turnovers for Natasha Howard.
Let's go back to Sophie, because Sophie was hitting open shots like it was a pastime, just like she has been doing since recovering from her early season slump, while Natasha was spearheading the attack. From downtown, she went 3 out of 4. She ought to have received a lot more touches of that. Let's face it.
Of that, Natasha Howard played an extremely sound game, and we don't win this game without Natasha Howard putting in the work that she put in tonight. Natasha Howard.
She missed the ball despite being wide open several times. Why? Who knows? Perhaps while she's standing in the corner with her arms raised, saying, "Hey guys, I'm literally right here." Her teammates forgot she even existed. Furthermore, she is not a streaky shot. Recently, she has been reliable. She has been effective. She doesn't make stupid decisions. She doesn't push herself, she simply scores.
On the defense and who was guarding me and stuff. Yeah, I just went out there and just played my game, and also just contributing to my teammates, and my teammates contributing back to me as well.
But what's even more crazy is that the league is out here worrying about a TikTok when she's killing it on the court. As if that were their top priority. Not the chaotic officiating, the erratic calls, or the total enigma surrounding how certain players are mercilessly hacked, but Sophie's TikTok joke. Apparently, that poses a threat to the WNBA's reputation. It's a jump ball, not a foul, and AC's players are out here embracing people in the middle of play. It makes perfect sense.
She's been deserving of that starting spot. She was able to get to the line as well. I mean, no turnovers for Sophie Cunningham, 1 turnover for Kelsey Mitchell, 4 assists for Kelsey Mitchell. Look at this, folks.
And then there was the unexpected moment. Stephanie White is genuinely losing her temper, like really angry. For shouting that Bolsier during the game, she received a technical foul. All season long, where has that been? She really doesn't express any emotion until this game. Don't get me wrong, I support coaches advocating for their teams, but given the officiating circus that has been going on, you'd think she would have blown a gasket much sooner. It's better late than never, though I suppose.
Stephanie White goes absolutely apeshit in this thing. She gets a tag. She says that's bullshit. Where has this fire been out of Stephanie White? I would love to understand. Where is this fire been?
Let's discuss the ceiling of this game. And no, neither the Aces collapsing under strain nor some chance were to blame. When it counted most, the Fever's closer committee stepped in. One of the most bizarre games ever was played by Kelsey Mitchell. She shot like the hoop had a lid on it for the first half. It's 2 for 10, brutal.
Kelsey, her and AB struggled the majority of this game. I gotta keep it a buck. Her and AB both struggled a majority of this game. At one point, Kelsey Mitchell was 4 for 14, I believe.
At one point, you had to wonder whether someone had switched her basketball for a medicine ball or if she had left her shooting touch at home. In the fourth quarter, however, Kelsey turns a switch just as everyone is about to yell at the TV. All of a sudden, she's out there like Steph Curry, making a dagger 3, going for 5 in the closing seconds, and dumping 9 points. Discuss selective timing, such as, oh, I'll miss all game, but now that the clock's winding down, let me turn into a closer.
In the first half, Kelsey Mitchell was 2 for 10. And she finishes 6 for 14, closing out the game. But most importantly, that fourth quarter, 4 for 5 from the field in that fourth quarter. Kelsey Mitchell stepped up when she needed to step up. 9 points, hit a big 3.
Next up is Ari McDonald, the game sealer and spark plug. We're winning this vibe. She only scored 9 points, but each one felt like it came with a boom. The dagger with 41 seconds remaining was the clear highlight. 7,570 was the score. ISO yells white, and Ari performs as if it were written for a sports film. From deep, she's 3 for 3, not a single miss. She seemed to have been waiting for the right opportunity to strike the aces this game might have descended into. Chaos without those bullets, but Ari says, nope, we're ending this here. Aliyah Boston, on the other hand, was the epitome of reliable yet annoying. She went 6 for 18 from the field, scored 13 points, and pulled down 10 rebounds. 13 points from 18 shots is not very good. Furthermore, don't even inquire about free throws. She never made it to the line. Nothing that's crazy for someone her size.
Aliyah Boston did not get to the free throw line at all. She minimized her turnovers compared to last game from 5 down to 3. 4 personal fouls. She had 2 personal fouls in the first quarter.
Was she simply not receiving calls, or did the referees forget she was inside the paint? In any case, she was more disciplined than she had been the last time, reducing her 5 turnover disaster to 3 this time. At least, she didn't foul, out despite having 4 fouls, including 2 in the first quarter. Therefore, while she did not entirely destroy herself, which is development, she was inefficient.
No fouls in the first quarter, and then she settled down, didn't foul nearly as much. Wasn't the best game as far as efficiency goes, but we won at the end of the day. Kelsey Mitchell.
But the bench, oof. It seemed like the whole atmosphere dropped by 20 points each time they checked in. 2 of Sydney Carlson's 5 fumbles resulted from him literally going out of bounds twice. What on earth is that? It seems as though she was unaware of the court's limitations. It was a circus act when you added a few passes to the opposing squad. Lexi Hull scored 0 points, 0 for 3 from 3, and 0 for 5 from the field. In terms of offense, she was a walking 0. This is the crazy part, though. In the plus-minus column, she was still able to get a +7, most likely, because she didn't completely destroy the team's momentum while hustling on defense. However, Indiana's bench cannot be this erratic if they are to maintain their 6th seed and appear like a postseason squad. The starters won't be able to clean up every mess.
Really good job, not only physically, but seriously mentally, because we have been struggling and inconsistent when they go on runs, and we stopped it, and then we went on our runs. And so that's a big step for us, and I just said it, but it's all about consistency from here on out.
Furthermore, we cannot discuss this game without bringing up the officiating because, well, it has taken on a life of its own. Sophie Cunningham was fined $500 on TikTok for more than just a video. It has come to represent how dysfunctional referee accountability in the league is at the moment. This season, Sophie is making about $100,000. She is able to write the check, but it isn't the main objective. The main point is that she expressed what all of the fans are yelling: the referees are not serious. The evidence is that A.A. Wilson only attempted 6 free throws this time around, after residing at the line during the previous game. Was there a memo sent to the references? Hey, perhaps this time you won't be calling every play for Vegas, alright?
Cunningham is getting $100,000 from the Fever this season. Still, she and others around the league probably have no trouble writing a $500 check to voice their true thoughts. I mean, she's got a ton of sponsorships at this point.
The jump ball foolishness when it's obviously an over-the-back foul, the phantom calls, and the complete lack of openness regarding these referees' accountability. It's enhancing the narrative surrounding clown shows, which both makers and audiences find impossible to put down. It can be found anywhere. NFL commentators, Stacey Dales, and even unrelated companies, such as a LASIK firm, are commenting on Twitter. You can tell you've become into a meme when a LASIK firm is making fun of the league's officials.
Is a win, and the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark go up against the Las Vegas Aces and last year's MVP, A'ja Wilson.
Stephanie White continues to emphasize the importance of stacking the days. Chicago will be the next test on Sunday. You have to win that game. Consistency and urgency are crucial at the moment because they have Monday and Tuesday off before. Returning on Wednesday, no more mentally abandoning games or allowing teams to re-enter due to careless play.